Well, folks, it's getting dicey. It's heating up. And I say that talking about Florida State here. Quick live stream, not too much into it. If you guys want to come on and give your thoughts, I did drop the link. UCF hung a banner in 2017 as the only undefeated team in college football. Very impressive, by the way, for Scott Frost and the UCF Knights. FSU goes to court, leaves the ACC, tries to at least. So what's next for the Seminoles? Now, they were not the only undefeated team. Think about this. You got two, you pretty much had three, maybe more than that, but let's focus on the main three here. Michigan, Washington, and Florida State. Three undefeated teams that could have made the playoffs. That probably all three should have. I think FSU should have been that 3rd seed or 2 or so I feel like Florida State gets robbed. I really do. By the way, we got at least one watching right now. I appreciate that. If people don't show up, they don't show up, that's fine, but I came on here to give my thoughts, and I dropped the link in case anyone else wanted to jump in. But I compare this year's Florida State to 2017 UCF. Why? Well, let's go back to the playoffs of 2017. You had all one-loss teams. Georgia won the SEC. Bama snuck their way in. Clemson won the ACC. Oklahoma won the Big 12. UCF won the AAC, the American Conference. They're in the Big 12 now, but they were in the American Conference. Scott Frost was their head coach before that disaster in Lincoln, Nebraska. He was their head coach. UCF decides we're the only undefeated team. We're going to celebrate this. And because we beat Auburn, who beat the eventual national champ of Alabama that year, we're going to claim a title. And they hung a banner, right? Florida State, though, they're having like this board of trustees meeting and everything that's pretty much going on this week. FSU's taking it to court. They're filing lawsuits. It was insane. And now the news, this put out by Dennis Dodd an hour ago from CBS Sports. Florida State's lawsuit spectacle, I'm sorry, was full of bluster, but Seminoles' eventual exit from the ACC is inevitable. We knew Florida State wasn't going to be a member of the ACC in 2036. Reading from this article, by the way, and they're wanting basically to challenge the ACC in court for a grant of rights. So FSU would have to pay, what does this say, $572 million to the ACC for penalty for withdrawing. So they're trying to get out of the ACC. And I think what it might boil down to is this, folks. Strength of schedule. Was it not good enough? That's like the one area that Florida State did not have pat down to make the playoffs. Plus, they didn't really have a head-to-head with any of the playoff teams. Um, I go on to read this article from CBS Sports. Let me drop this, by the way. Um, if you guys want to read it later on, copy link, post in comment section. Here we go. So, Florida State's lawsuit, it was inevitable, right? We knew this was going to happen, but now it goes on to say this. We knew Florida State wasn't going to be a member of the ACC in 2036, judging by its recent bluster, but what occurred Friday, just pretty much talking about today, In a streamed Board of Regents meeting, FSU announcing an unprecedented lawsuit against its own conference was bad off-Broadway theater, says CBS Sports' and Dennis Dodd. That bluster now has more definition. Sure, Florida State is suing to extra I don't know that word. Basically exit itself and from the ACC from a grant of rights contract that it signed and re-signed in good faith, but that's a mere detail when a school's financial interests are at stake. FSU flexed Friday, reminding anyone watching that it is the biggest brand in the ACC. Now, let me pause right there. That's a debate. What's up, Harry Leg? What's going on, buddy? That's a debate right there. Is FSU the biggest? This year, yeah, no doubt. But you want to talk about a program? What has Clemson done? How are they not the biggest brand of football right now in the ACC? I know they've fallen off. Florida State, I don't want to say it's a 1-year deal, but last year they weren't really knocking on the door of the playoffs. Then they have this season. They stay undefeated with like their third string quarterback against Florida, win the ACC. Now they got to go play Georgia in the Orange Bowl. Uh, I look at all this and getting back to what this says, like for a while they've wanted out of the ACC, but now Florida State's right there to get out and be done with it for good. And I think the thing is, I mean, what other reason would they have to get out of the ACC over missing the playoffs? Think about this. Strength of schedule. That's it. Because what they're seeing is, and I'm just obviously this is all my opinion, but if I'm Florida State in this position and I'm wanting to get out of the ACC, I'm saying, well, dang, the CFP just think we ain't good enough. This conference is crap. This conference it's nothing. That's what in my book Florida State is saying that they're trying to get out of the ACC. They're going to court, they're trying to sue, they're trying to get this grant of rights and whatever. But again, title of this live stream, and thank you so much if you're watching this back. UCF hung a banner. FSU goes to court, leaves the ACC. Now, those are two different programs, but they're still in the state of Florida, and I get it. I understand what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, FSU is Power 5. True. UCF is Group of 5. Maybe they didn't have to hang their head too much. But I still look at it like, if I'm undefeated Cincinnati was undefeated. They got the playoffs. What do you think that says about 2017 UCF? They were Group of 5 then. They were undefeated, missed the playoffs. There's a lot of different ways you could go with that. But the point being is that, you know, UCF claimed a title in 2017. Why can't Florida State just hang a banner? Why can't they just claim it? But I respect this, honestly. I respect this because they're willing to fight and they're willing to go out there and try to prove something. They're not just going to hang a banner. I know I suggested it out of a joke. The FSU, I mean, they go to court. They're trying to fight. They got nerve. They got guts. And I respect that. I do think Florida State got robbed. I like that Alabama made it. And I even called for, the playoff having possibly SEC favoritism. Can't leave the SEC out. They've never missed it. You can't have them out. Can't have them out. They're not going to put Georgia in there over Alabama, right? They have to do something. They looked at Alabama, they put them in. Do I think Alabama deserves to get in? I do, but not as much as Florida State, I'll be honest. Just being if you're undefeated in the Power 5 and you won your conference, that should knock somebody out, right? Washington did it, Michigan did it, Florida State did it, and they put Texas and Alabama in there. Well, why did Texas have to get in? You look at their loss. They lost to a 10-2 Oklahoma team. Or what'd they go, 9-3? Someone remind me. But I look at this and it's playoff robbery. But what's next for FSU? As far as we're concerned, they're leaving the ACC. They're trying to, at least. And they're trying to sue. Part of me doesn't blame them. Part of me doesn't blame them. I read more of this article. The school is alleging, Florida State, of course, university, among other things, antitrust violations, breach of contract, and general unfairness. Details don't really matter, is what it says. Let's see. It says FSU versus ACC would have seemed weird a year ago. Well, they would have had no reason to sue or fight the ACC last year. They weren't making the playoffs. But this year, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Why is the sound not working on StreamYard here? I see you back there, Nate. Give me a second. I just didn't hear the little sound deal. What's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing?
How do you feel about all this for Florida State? You think they got robbed, and do you think they're overreacting?
I mean, at this point, yes, I agree they got robbed, but at this point, it doesn't matter right now. So it
Yeah.
is what it is. Now they're just overreacting, like you said.
I mean, like I said, the comparison, you go back 6 years ago with UCF, they didn't try to sue. All they did was claim a title. Why can't
Yeah,
Florida State
yeah.
just
What?
claim a
Yeah,
title and be done?
yeah,
Hang
exactly.
a banner.
Yeah, and we don't care if we don't care if
Let me fix this.
we don't care if you guys as FSU fans.
That's what listen, I'm not gonna claim 18 titles for
Right,
Alabama. I will claim more than 10 though, but some of
right.
them are real. Like Alabama, Uncle Lou might be onto something. As far as I'm concerned, Alabama has 1 with Gene Stallings, 6 with Bear Bryant, 6 with Saban. That's 13. So maybe there's
Yeah.
5 in there that don't really make a whole lot of sense that were before the AP poll and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. UCF claims the title for being undefeated in 2017.
Yeah.
Only undefeated team.
Yeah.
Florida State, they're not the only undefeated team,
Right.
but let's be honest. I know we got a Georgia fan in here. What are they going to do? Like, why can't they just go play Georgia,
Yeah.
pull an upset, and then talk about being national champions? Why the drama? That's what I want to hear.
Yep, cart before the horse.
What's that?
Cart before the horse.
Yeah. What's up, Big Barney Ross? He says, UCF sent a fruit basket and sympathy card to FSU. Exactly. It's like, I feel your pain.
Nah, as far as all this hoo ha with Florida State, I'm about to anoint them as the new spoiled children program
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
replace Dead Gum Southern Cal. Uh, they are the ones that signed it. They weren't doing diddly squat, uh, you know, for years after Bowden left. And Clemson ran that dadgum conference. Probably still, you know, by all measure, does still run that conference. And uh, so
Well,
they make a pointed argument that yes, they do outdraw most of the other ACC schools, but that to claim antitrust, the SEC operates. Everybody gets equal share. So does the Big Ten. Blah 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 blah, and so it goes. You know. So
Right.
what's the crux of the bitch here? That's what I'm still trying to figure out.
yeah.
What is the point?
All right.
I don't know, but do you see the thumbnail? You notice the thumbnail?
That's
UCF
hilarious.
will claim a title. FSU, I'll sue the CFP.
Yeah.
There you go.
Um, no, it's all madness, and we're talking about. It's been 2 weeks
Yeah.
almost
2 weeks.
since they announced the teams, and Florida State's still mad. What if it blows up in their face and they get destroyed by Georgia?
Well,
Aren't
which
they
is
gonna
happening.
aren't they gonna look silly? I mean, be
Well, yeah.
honest.
Well, they had
They,
better. I will tell you this now. If they come in there and they are not, and they're half stepping, it's not going to be pretty.
nope.
If Kirby,
Well,
unless Kirby shows mercy,
which
because
I
right now it looks like we're going to have everybody.
yeah. I
I
think
think even with Jordan Travis fully healthy, I mean, I think Florida State could win, but I mean, be honest, at this point in the season, imagine. And I think that's what it boiled down to. I think they do take injuries into account with the CFP. I think part of it was Jordan Travis, but even if he was fully healthy and didn't break his leg, like look at it this way. Who's to say that they would have handled a Michigan or a Georgia or who else is in there? Washington or Alabama. Who's to say they would have been able to handle it? Because they just ran through the ACC and we know how they are.
Ah, shoot, they didn't. What was Florida State's most impressive victory of the season?
Probably LSU. I don't know. Maybe Louisville. Louisville was okay, but I don't know.
Louisville was mids, and we know it,
Yeah.
especially after what Kentucky did to them. I mean,
I'll pull up
oh
their
well,
schedule.
LSU. I mean, Louisville has this great defense. Where was it? I mean, good God,
Wasn't
we
there.
annihilated them. So did
Well,
y'all.
that game was like 16-6, Florida State and Louisville, but here's their schedule, 13-0. They beat number 5, number 16, number 14, and they play number 6. They only had 3 ranked wins, but also you really only had 2 or 1 with Louisville, maybe Duke because of what LSU's downfall was. Now, I have been on the record to say I don't care. They beat a ranked team at the time, and you can't control what the ranked team you beat does after that game. That's fair, but it's still like today, does that LSU win help them that much?
No.
No, exactly. That's not what the CFP is looking at. They struggled against Boston College with Jordan Travis. With Jordan Travis, they struggled in overtime with a terrible Clemson team. Who else they struggle with? Let's look. 27-7. Oh my gosh. Miami. I know it's a rivalry, but my gosh.
wow.
27-20. I bet you Alabama or Georgia played Miami today. They might give up 20 something points. We'll give them some credit, but they're going to score 45,
I wouldn't
I
think
think.
that many against our defenses. To be real honest with you,
Oh, the 20 points? Yeah, maybe.
that's a bit much.
Ouch.
So what do you think the next move is? Like where do we stand with Florida State and the court and everything like that? Like what am I missing? What is next?
Everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answers are, but I do know what a spoiled child does when it doesn't get its way, and that's what.
Timothy says it doesn't matter if they could have handled it. They did everything they were supposed to do. They should have told the ACC before the season that it doesn't matter if you all go undefeated. they should have told the ACC. I guess he's talking about the playoff committee. I mean, it's possible they hate the ACC right now. But if that's the case, you know, I mean, literally, literally, how many times, how many times did Clemson have a chance at the playoffs and the ACC was the ACC? That's fair. If I had to make a case to defend Florida State, but I still think going to court and trying to sue and trying to get money and trying, I just think it's the wrong approach.
I agree.
Given the landscape here for the next couple of years, starting for 2 years in 2025, well, 24 and 25, we will have the 12-team playoff. It is seriously in doubt going into 26. And there's another potential issue with numbers in some of these conferences. I read earlier today there was talk of, FSU to the Big 12. Huh?
No.
How? Why?
No.
Nah, there's only 2 fits for FSU, and we know what they are.
SEC or stay in the ACC or go independent. I don't know.
Or wait for the bomb to go off over all
Big
this
Ten.
NIL and all this other stuff, and we see a new organization form that removes the NCAA out of college football, and they create a standalone facility to run the sport. And I think that's where we're headed. And at that juncture, there's going to have to be some parsing done. Not
I'm
all.
tilting my head. I'm tilting my head here because are you trying to say that FSU would leave the NCAA altogether?
Maybe.
Division I football leaves the NCAA altogether. I'm talking about that's what I'm talking about in the next couple of years here. What's eventually has got to happen. We're fixing to be in a huge mess here. And
I've heard it's not the craziest thought in the world, but even Timothy is saying that the SEC will break away and start their own. Nothing would surprise me today, but that's the craziest. National Collegiate Athletic Association. SEC has collegiate athletics.
The Big Ten.
And then FSU belongs to collegiate athletics. And I think now that I remember, 2 nights ago, I think it was 2 nights. Was it 2 or 3? Anyway, this week, we talked with Twisted Rooster about this. Hank on his what's today? Friday, his Wednesday show.
Right.
Were you on that, Harry Leg, where we were talking about that a little bit?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get there till late because there was too much chaos here. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that, but I remember that. And I can't remember what exactly they said, but he was talking about, like you were talking about a minute ago, where the SEC will, be its own league and I don't know, cup in the future or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, as a college football fan, I don't want that to happen, but it wanted to surprise me. But
nothing would surprise me at this point. I mean, if Florida State leaves the ACC, goes to the Big Ten, goes to the SEC, whatever they do, goes independent. Nothing. There's so much craziness in college football today. Nothing would surprise me.
Right.
All I'm trying to get at is make a point that over a playoff spot and everything, like I even said at the beginning of this, I said, well, maybe there's next year for Florida State. Well, what does it say that you're not willing to wait for next year's 12-team playoff and compete for the ACC again, where you'll definitely get it? Like, what does it say? Like, is that lacking confidence, you think?
Well,
I
their best shot with the roster was this year because they're gonna suffer some severe losses uh, between now and the beginning of next season. Now I know they had a pretty good recruiting class and this, that, and the other, but that ain't gonna replace seniors, and that's not gonna replace the starters that they're losing. I mean, they ain't got no answer for Verse. Not to mention those two receivers. The running back was okay, but he could be replaced. But
Yeah, Trey
uh,
Benson.
yeah, Florida State, by all rights, would still be a contender next year. I just don't know how much of a contender.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if they got that 12 seed, why not take a chance in that playoff? You made it. You're in.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Congratulations. All they wanted to do, yes, everyone wants a championship. Florida State was on the hunt for it. Georgia was on the hunt for it. They're
Ohio
not
State.
suing because they can't win a title. They're suing because they didn't make the playoffs. And there's a big difference between the two of those right there. And I say big, it's kind of a difference, but you can make the playoffs next year. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
But because they miss it this year, and by the way, I go back to the title of this live stream. What did UCF do in 2017?
Fake title.
They claimed a title. We
That's
make
simple.
fun of them for it, but they claimed a title and they were happy. They
Yeah.
beat Auburn, who beat the eventual national champion. Gosh.
Yeah. Imagine Nebraska does that too.
They'd be happy.
Yeah. Now,
Michigan's gonna claim one if they make one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just
it's
kidding.
got to be done yet.
Now,
Yeah,
I know. Now, I know that Harbaugh's not really good in postseason, which is a fact. Sadly, as a Michigan fan. Um, do you have like anxiety for this game? Of course. I mean, every fan should have anxiety for their team in the playoffs. Like Ballard. I don't know. Do you have
I
some
do.
anxiety? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Um. Um. Now, my anxiety or nervousness for a game is well, Miro, and I know Miro's not. I know he's probably going to be a good quarterback in the future, but he's not really elite right now. But he's like good, not great, but not elite. But no offense. um,
I got you.
but but same way as JJ McCarthy, he's good. Not great, not elite. But anyways, my point is, what I'm worried about is if Michigan's going to show up to the game and not choke the game like every year they do. I mean,
That comes down to That comes down to so many factors that we can't process them all, dude. If you
I
can't,
know.
once that ball gets kicked off, it is what it is, and either you
That is true.
prepared well and you have a good plan, or you didn't have a good plan. And, uh,
Well, that's my worry. The plan of the game for my team. Um, like I don't say every year, but like the last two seasons or last two playoff appearances for Michigan, I feel like they worked too hard before the actual game, or they just didn't do any practice at all. So I don't know. Um, that's my worry. But what I'm looking forward to is, well, of course, being Bama. But anyway, my second one is probably like maybe RPO. I think Michigan should do the RPO, not every time, but in the certain situations. If
But you're gonna have to be creative because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
promise
That's
you,
yeah.
Bama ain't gonna let you do much of anything.
Right. Now, I know they did this like last year, but it's last year. But I mean, I would like them to see like Michigan on offense. I would like them to see like what they did at Ohio State, where they where McCarthy gave the uh pitch it to Donovan Edwards, and Donovan Edwards threw it to Colson Loveland. Uh, I would love that to happen, but who knows? But now, hear me out. I think, and also I heard that Harbaugh is wanting to stay, but he has to have a contract ready to go, and he will sign if Michigan offers him the by the time before Christmas, which is right around the corner actually. Which is I'm actually worried that Michigan won't do it. If they don't, I won't say it's not in the world, but if they don't do it, maybe promote the offensive coordinator, Sherrod Moore, because he's like 4-0 against the top 10 teams.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking forward to these playoffs, and
Me
like I
too.
said, get back to Florida State. Yeah, I think they got snubbed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you're undefeated. You win your Power Five conference. You should get in. But Alabama got in. I'm happy. I'm happy, and that's my team.
Mm-hmm.
I I made a small video. I don't know if it's still up, but I had said, like, is there some SEC bias or favoritism? And maybe there is, maybe there isn't. If there is, I hate it because I don't think there should be favoritism for any conference.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, look at Alabama's perspective. You just beat the number one team, the
Yep.
undefeated, the back to back champs. You stopped a three-peat. You did all that. Why would you not go to the playoff? Whereas Florida State, all they really did was run through a schedule and go undefeated. Did they really have that many impressive wins? I mean, they struggled with Louisville in the ACC title, struggled with BC. I think maybe that played into a factor. And even though Florida State might know that, they might have this mixed point of view. I don't know what I'm trying to get at other than there were reasons for why. We should know at this point why Alabama is number 4 and Florida State is not. And they got stuck at number 5, number 6, whatever it was. I know Georgia and Florida State were up there, but I mean, they should know the why by now. If they wanna fight, they fight. I don't blame them. Go for it. But if it comes back to bite them in the butt, don't say anybody didn't warn you.
Yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, what's your plans for? I know this is out of topic, but what's your plans for Christmas, Ballard?
My parents are gonna get here late tonight. I'll see them in the morning. I gotta work tomorrow, though, until 7, and then I'm off, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Nice.
I go back the 26th. So I do have some work, but at least for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we'll be here and we'll celebrate with family. I think on Christmas Eve on the 24th, we got some family in the Birmingham area, like over in the Bessemer area actually of Alabama. So we'll probably
Nice.
go visit them.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Did y'all catch any fish today?
We did not catch any fish. We got a couple bites and we tried. It was a cold morning, but we put in the effort. We had the bait and everything. They just did not want to get in the boat. I don't understand what's so wrong about that. But
Did
Yeah.
what are y'all fishing for?
huh?
What were you fishing
What'd you
for?
say? Just plain old
Well,
bass, honestly.
yeah.
They're here on the lake.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I love fishing, but like, you try like everything, like wacky worms, or whatever. You try everything, or basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
I caught my biggest bass with ice on the lake with a spinnerbait,
Oh,
There you go. That's what I was using today.
and it was the funniest thing. Uh, we put in the cove where our marina was, and I had my boat dock was froze over, so we had to break ice to get out of it. And then the main lake was open. It's enough current there, but we circled back around and decided to fish against the dam. Thinking it would warm up a little quicker because of the riprap. And
Yeah.
we were throwing. I think my brother was throwing a pig and jig, and I had that spinner bait, and I kind of goofed my cast and backlashed the snot out of my reel. So
Yeah.
that bait sat down there for about 5 minutes while I was digging out the tangle and this, that, and the other. And as I got things spooled back up, I felt resistance on the end of the line. I just kept reeling it. And there was eight and a
Yeah.
half, and there was 8.5 pound bass on the end of
There you
it.
go.
Done swallowed the dead gum spinner bait down to his butthole.
oh gosh. I bet that was hard to get it out.
We didn't. Well, until we dressed him, we didn't get it out. But
Oh,
we laughed about that. My goodness. So well, let me backlash again, see if I can catch another one. Because it was a slow bite, but we couldn't get any crappy minnows that morning. Everybody was
yeah.
sold out, and we couldn't get any crappy minnows because we had been like 3 days in a row and limited out every day on crappie. And we
Yeah.
we were getting ready for a fish fry, so we wanted one more limit, and that would have been plenty of fish for the fish fry.
Now, have you all tried um walleye? Like, have you eaten walleye before?
Don't have them down here. Water's too warm.
Oh, I forgot that. But anyway, if you try walleye somewhere, if they do somehow uh have them, it basically tastes like cod, like but richer.
Ooh, that'd
Um,
be some good fish then.
yeah. I love cod, and the walleye actually has teeth, and then like a lot of teeth, like muskies or whatever, or pike.
I
Uh,
found this photo here. It was quick to get off.
Move, babies.
Anyway, check this out. This is my first ever bass. This was back, I don't know when, but I was a youngin. There you go.
wow, let's go.
First ever.
That's the
It
longest
was
back.
cold, but I made it.
Oh yeah, cool beans, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Here. I know this is nothing compared to that bass, but I know there's.
That's not next page.
Yeah, here's the baby bass right here.
Hold on. Let me zoom in. What a stud.
Well,
There you go. That's not bad, Nate. You can't control what you're like. You can't
Move,
control
baby.
how big it's gonna be, but like at
yeah,
least you go fishing and you take a risk, and that's pretty cool, man. I like
and
it.
also, and also, here's my little cousin. Everything is biggest in Texas, but there's the bass in Texas.
Whoa. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
but that's not me. That's my
Big
little
Barney
cousin.
Ross. Yeah. Big Barney Ross says striper fried and Sprite is a winner. What?
What?
Huh?
I mean, I
Sprite.
could try it.
I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested, but I'm like, okay. Hold on, wrong layout. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Striper and Sprite.
I
Striper
don't.
Sprite.
I'd share some of my pictures with you, but uh, right now I'm running back and forth here. I'm in the process of doing dinner, so
Nice.
back and
I
forth from
got
the
you.
grill to the in the next to the table. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
The queen interrupted, and the queen got her way today. She drugged me to Walmart. Dude,
Ah,
What is with Southerners not liking Walmart? Now, I don't like Walmart. I was just curious because I never understood.
well, I mean, we price our we. I mean, we're pretty price conscious people, and
Oh, okay.
so things that we are going to process, like we're gonna tomorrow, we'll be cooking the next 2 days, and all the baking and these things, you can do better on the bulk stuff there. I mean, we hit Sam's. We'll soon be hitting Costco. They just opened up, and there's still too many people going in there, so we'll give that a chance to cool off before we start shopping with them. But uh, you have 15, 20 people. You have to use a little bit of have to plan just a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, and um, now I know y'all are trying to. Well, actually, Valerie, I know you like asked the your community or your channel community that what other sports would you, the one you said.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know we're a college football community, but for those watching that don't know, I'm working to be a journalist, and I'd like to cover more sports than just college football and NFL. But let me see. You said
I
hockey and college baseball. I could do that. I could try to give hockey a shot. Um, I once watched. Y'all know what lacrosse is?
Yeah,
yeah, that's basically land hockey.
Oh
So
my god!
man, we watched that
No, I sat
in
there.
Orlando.
I s-
Vicious, vicious
yeah,
sport.
if you want to
I
talk about
sat
vicious,
there on my couch. I can't. So I was sitting there on my couch. This was after COVID and everything. This
yeah,
was like last year, early last year. I'm talking maybe February, March, April, somewhere in the spring. I guess is when they play, but it was on. Whether it was live or not, I don't care. They have these sticks. They have
hmm
masks. They have pads. It's like a mix between soccer
and cricket.
and baseball. And well, cricket, yeah. I said baseball because of a bat. I don't know. They have to swing it to launch the ball. So, like,
Yeah.
Well, they
I
got a
don't
little net
know.
on
I'm
the end
just
of
sitting
that
there
thing.
watching this. This is really cool. I'm thinking,
hmm
honestly, not that bad of a sport. It's competitive. It's competition. I love it.
You know, um,
They
I
have an
almost.
American corn league hole too, or cornhole league, corn league, corn league hole.
I mean, I think we have a corn
What
like here.
what the hell am I saying? Uh,
um, but yeah, you know,
lacrosse.
well, basically the same, but yeah, uh, I think yeah, you should give hockey a shot, either college hockey or whatever.
Mm.
NHL. I mean, more people watch NHL than college, but I mean, I think University of Alabama in Huntsville used to have a hockey team. Yeah,
Alabama and Tuscaloosa has a Division II hockey
yeah,
team. If they still do, I
yeah,
think.
they do. You can look it up if you want. I think they do. Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
and also Georgia too, but it's
Alabama.
basically the club team. But
Is this real? University of Alabama hockey, with the website being alabamahockeyclub.com.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Look at this. Division II ice hockey programs. Let's see what this is. Oh, let me share the other tab here. It opens in a new tab on this computer.
Alabama, it's a hacky school.
Alabama Hockey Club.
Meh.
What is that hat?
I don't
Frozen
know.
Tide. Nice.
Oh, Frozen Tide.
Established in 2005.
Huh? Whoa.
Plays club. Plays.
They're still playing.
Yeah.
Play teams like Rhode Island and Wake. Where's the SEC? They're not SEC, let me guess. Are they independent?
No,
what is this?
I think they're the southeastern. No, that's the. Illinois has a team. Wow. Oklahoma. Wow. Man.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even Nebraska has a hockey team, but it's the same division as Alabama. But yeah, I actually went to a Division II hockey club game. And it's pretty fun, to be honest. Even though there's like not as big, as regular college stadiums, it's just a rink. I don't know how many seats, but bleachers. But yeah, it's really fun, and also college baseball. And college baseball, I think, is underrated in all college sports.
Yeah.
And the
Kentucky had a decent hockey team, says Big Barney. Third in the SEC? All right.
So, is this the SEC hockey, I think? I don't know.
I guess there is. It's crazy. I love hockey, though. I mean, I grew up in the Tampa area. I never been to a Bolts game. I think I've seen where my parents have gone recently, though. So
Yeah.
that's cool. But I'd love to go. I'd love to check it out. See them skating on ice, getting into fist fights and stuff like that, breaking each other's neck. I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, I know we all
Hope that doesn't actually happen. But still,
yeah,
I'm not opposed to sports like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here, I don't know if you want to watch it, but since I don't know if you want to know the history of the NHL rivalries, but there's a here I'll send you the link in the private chat if you mind.
Here it is. Look, check this out. I'm gonna be so special.
Yeah.
Check this out. They got 199 subscribers for Alabama hockey. Now they haven't posted in 8 months, but I'm gonna be their 200th subscriber. How about that?
Yay.
Let's watch some of this. They mic up the players. Nate Byron, Parker
Hey.
King, Joe Hughes, Al Mansfield.
Oh, Alabama Auburn.
Alabama Auburn. It looks like it's people just talking about it here. Where's the highlights? Anyway, I'll keep subscribed to it. I'll keep an eye on it, but that's cool, man. Heck yeah.
Here,
I want to see, is there Auburn hockey?
I think there is.
Auburn ice hockey. UGA, UGA has hockey. Harry Leg.
Yeah, well, our hockey team is actually quite good.
I'm gonna watch them too. Heck yeah, man. Look, Vanderbilt. Oh, we're having fun now.
Oh, Tennessee.
And Tennessee too. Uh, this is cool.
Oh, there's the highlights right there. I think.
College ice hockey.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's got hockey, so we have a friendly rivalry with them.
Sea Dog.
Not so friendly, actually, but I don't think they picked.
University of Cincinnati. UGA hockey I've subscribed to just now.
Well,
Uh,
that's
Farmingdale State College. Tennessee Ice Balls.
Yeah.
What's up, you ice ball? How you doing, ice ball?
Oh, they have the highlights.
They made a hype video, Meet the Player, 2 years ago. I don't care how long it's been. I'll subscribe to some of these and keep an eye out. There's no way they have a set schedule, do they?
They do.
Like
I
Division
think.
2 hockey?
Yeah, I think so. Here, I sent a link. I know y'all
Who is
don't.
that?
It's the top 10 NHL biggest rivalries in history. But
I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. Yeah.
okay, but yeah, yeah. Whenever you go live next, just tell me how you which rivalry you would like to watch, and I mean, but anyways, yeah, I think it's cool to have like Division One college football teams like even Nebraska, Georgia, hell, even um, uh, Bama, Tennessee, Georgia, wherever. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I think, like I said, I think hockey's a good sport.
yeah.
I just like won't get into it that much, man. But I'll follow some college hockey and see what I can come up with. And you got to be able to blend. You got to be able to bend a little bit and be flexible with what you cover on here. And
Yeah.
notice real quick the well, it's in the wrong place. Hold on. Baseball, college football, NFL, and basketball. The 3 sports. We'll definitely do March Madness when
Well,
it
yeah.
comes time. Um, shoot.
Yeah. I mean, I think VicTube said I think SEC is trying to try and create a Division One hockey conference, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna last long. But um, who knows? Um, I mean, would you go to see a game?
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
um, yeah, I think Southern States deserve a shot. A chance for Division One. But anywho, and how about we talk about college baseball? I know it's like ways away, but um, do y'all think LSU is going to repeat?
I
I mean,
could.
uh, I mean, it's I know it's not a bit cautious with baseball season, but I think here's my top 8 that really, really early college World Series teams. Well, number 1 LSU, 2 Arizona, um, 3 Tennessee. Sorry, Ballard. Who else? I think 4 I mean, there's not really a lot. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, those are my top three. That's all I know right now. But
Yeah, see, I gotta be flexible with stuff like this, Big Barney Ross. Archery, marksmanship, yeah. He says SEC is really good in that sport.
I didn't know that.
I know they're good at gymnastics.
Huh.
They're good in baseball. You know, softball's really good with Alabama.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I'll let you go, Ballard. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. Uh, hopefully, Santa will give you something good. All right, see
yeah.
you, Ballard.
See you, Nate. Merry Christmas, bud. What else you got, hairy leg?
Not a whole lot. I'm fixing to have to put the finishing touches on dinner here, so I'm gonna have to bow out.
Yeah.
So
I think we're gonna be heading out soon, so I'm gonna go check with my grandparents. But I appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, brother, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.
See you, bud. All right, Harry and Nate coming on today. Good conversation with them. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. UCF hung a banner. FSU goes to court, leaves the ACC. We talked a little bit about the playoffs and robbery. FSU, what's their next move? I've heard Big Ten, Independent, SEC. I've heard it all. Probably. Pac 12? Nah, they're not that crazy, right? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas here from Ballard Sports Media. I wish you all the best. I hope you eat a lot of good cookies, have some eggnog, have some good gifts. But I hope you guys remember this. The reason for the season is the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without that, there wouldn't be an empty tomb. There wouldn't be a need for a Savior. There wouldn't be, well, we'd still have a need, but there just wouldn't be. So that's very important. And that's what we really celebrate as Christians here this holiday season is the birth of our Lord. And, you know, it's really just a great time with friends and family. You know, no one should be alone on Christmas. So, um, yeah, come to the lake. I don't know. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you soon. I love y'all. Peace.